Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Sorry. It's such a beautiful day, and I would love to just lay around because I don't do that often. I don't lay around often, so. All right, let me just see. Okay. Let's put that down there. I want to remind you guys, we are winding down for our raffle. Your support is super duper crucial for the raffle. It's going to be the first step in us bringing the Soul Sanctuary to fruition. It gives me the opportunity, the ability to bring my team into the vicinity of the Soul Sanctuary. And we'll be able to kind of push forward with plans for that. Excuse me. If you want to be part of helping us get that Soul Sanctuary off the ground, go ahead and visit soulworksynergistics.com/sanctuary. That will give you all the information that you need. Oh, I'm super hot all of a sudden. If you'd like to book a session with me, a private session, you simply go to soulworksynergistics.com/Emmy-services, and that's how you'll get that. Okay. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and I was told something. I was told this energy is beautiful and amazing things are about to happen. And I feel it. I woke up with the most amazing, the most amazing sensations. What's going on with my, there we go. The most amazing sensations in my cabeza. It feels like it's going to be a beautiful day. And I feel like if we're able to harness this energy right from the start, the beautiful day is going to carry on to next week, into projects that you're doing, into all sorts of different things that maybe will bring you some happiness, right? And I think that's what we need, I think what we need the most is to allow ourselves to just kind of receive all sorts of goodness, right? I mean, clearly we have the capacity to deal. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me just finish doing this. Get a couple from there. I don't know if I'm going to rue the day I was told to pull this deck. So, you've been having sensory overload? For me, I'm experiencing it more as like a quiet, a stillness. Like, I don't know if you've ever been camping in the woods and you wake up the first morning and it's just like out of a movie, like that quiet and the stillness and just the peace. That's what it felt like this morning. All right, let's get started. Let's get this party started. Okay, here goes. Awareness in reverse. So this is definitely something that we're not paying attention to, right? This is something that's kind of creeping up on us, something that ooh. Oh, I got this sense that this is something that you've wanted, like really, really wanted. But you've kind of just let it go at some point. and you let it go because you thought it was something that was never going to happen for you. And now, because you're not fixated on it, and that fixation was probably causing a lot of insecurities to come up, a lot of this feeling of, it's never going to happen for me. And a lot of times when we have that mindset, that's the very thing that blocks that from coming in. Our disbelief in our ability, or our disbelief in our worth. And that's the thing that will absolutely stop this amazingness from coming into your life. For some, it might be a person. For others, it might be some type of career opportunity. It might be so many different things, but all of the things that I'm feeling are things that um, are just amazing, things that would make you so happy long term. Allow it. We haven't been listening to our inner voice, right? It's okay. It's okay. For some of us, we're not aware that we haven't been listening. For some of us, we feel like we are listening. What are you talking about? But are you really listening? Probably not. Probably not. When you get so caught up in the way you perceive um, how things should be. Notice the emphasis on should, right? When you get caught up on in that, uh, you become very, very committed sometimes to things playing out only in that way. And if that's the case, where that's the only way this can play out, and it's not headed that way, I think the frustration of the potential disappointment begins to amplify the blockages that we're creating. And I think this is the period where, because you're kind of just moving forward, those blockages are dissolving on their own, because you're not giving it your attention, you're not giving it your energy. So it's starting to dissolve all on its own. And that's a really beautiful thing. That's a really, really beautiful thing. See, overthinking. Don't overthink it. Just go with the flow. Allow yourself. Allow. Just try and allow it. Ooh, see this? The courage. Ah, for some of you, this is talking about growing with someone. Okay. This is about growing with someone through adversity. I'm not talking about someone who treats you poorly. I'm talking about someone, this might be a new thing. This might be something that's just recently come back into your life. But it's this sense of like overcoming adversity together. So that's a really beautiful thing. It has such a good feel to it. Intensity. This is a person, or maybe it's you, that can be very, very intense. But here's the thing, that intensity, when you allow it to do what it does, it brings clarity to a situation. If you let the intensity just be intense with no guidance, no intention, no purpose, no use, that's gonna amplify a lot of the insecurities and a lot of the struggles that you've been having. It's gonna bring you to a place where you're making decisions that create more struggle. We want to exit from that. So allow yourself to guide that intensity. Like for me, I'm very intense. I'm just a very intense person. I've always been that way. When I allow my intensity to be guided towards a specific intention, it almost ensures that the intention that I'll be successful in bringing that to fruition. So we have to make sure we are intentional in this period. Okay. We have to make sure that we are seriously taking into consideration all of the different things that we want, all the different goals that we have, all of these different things that will bring us happiness to a degree that we haven't had in a long time. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say we. I've been pretty happy. I've been pretty happy. And that's because I've been doing this. Like, I don't just have these intense thoughts and intense emotions. The intense thoughts and intense emotions are the very things that I utilize to focus and achieve things at this point. And it's brought a lot of happiness into my life, a lot of sense of accomplishment. It's helped me to push through my own distortions I still have distortions that need to be worked through. I still have distortions that need to be addressed, that need to be acknowledged. Like, a few weeks ago, I was talking to a really good friend, and I was coming to a realization like, oh my gosh, I have a lot of distorted perceptions about myself. I have a lot of distorted perceptions about myself. And it's not a bad thing. It's just a realization, right? Like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I still see myself in a skewed way. I should address that. I should look deeper into that. And that's where I was approaching it from. That's how I was seeing it. So it's a very, very beautiful thing to be able to recognize how far you've grown. And it's even more beautiful to kind of take a look at who you've become, how far you've come, and recognize all the different places that you can still kind of make little tweaks to in this moment. And it's not because you're not enough unless you make those tweaks. No, no, not at all. It's because you deserve to live at the greatest and highest level of expression of truth and divinity that's worthy of you. That's why. That's why. Okay. Postponement. The things that were postponed are no. Oh, Jesus Christ. The things that were postponed, you thought it was canceled. It wasn't canceled. It was just postponed. Oh my gosh. I need to get some more rose spray for my face. The things you thought were canceled, the things that you thought were like, that's it. It's done. I don't know if it has to do with the relationships, but there's some color coming back to it. Okay. There's some color coming back to it. Abundance in reverse. When you see yourself upside down, your cup of abundance becomes emptied. And that's okay. That's okay because you can use that as an opportunity to cleanse, to really, really clear it out, cleanse it, so that when you're refilled, it's not just going to be muddled. It's not going to be something that's mixed with old, um, lesser concentrations of toxicity, right? For me, I always kind of like when I'm being emptied of energy, of inspiration, of all of that, it's like, oh, something good is going to happen soon. I kind of just need to just, be present right now and make sure that I pay attention to whatever it is that my higher self is wanting me to learn. Okay. I think for many of us, we have this fear of being emptied because, like, what if we're not replenished? What if we're not refilled? When have you ever not been replenished? When? When have you been emptied and something refill you? I know whenever I'm emptied, I'm refilled with something even better. That's just how my life has always been. Whenever I'm emptied, I get refilled with something so much more than I thought I could ever be capable of, ever deserve, ever anything negative, right? It's always something so much more. And I'm like, oh my gosh. When life clears space, it's to allow something that's more aligned, more healthier for you into your life. I had to restructure a few things for projects several months back. Um, wasn't really by choice. I recognize now that I still do operate from a space of like obligation. I felt obligated to be a good friend, to be this, to be that, and to never say anything because if I say something, then oh, their feelings are going to be hurt and they're going to be mad at me and blah 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 blah. And it's like, why is that my concern? Why is someone else's insecurities and stagnation being coddled by me? Because I felt like I needed to do that in order to be a good person, to be a good friend. And the biggest favor ever done to me was walking away from me. just the act of walking away and hollowing me out. And it wasn't that I was hollowed out because I felt abandoned, it's that I felt so betrayed. Betrayed in this sense of I have gone out of my way to be the bestest friend I could possibly be for you. And for you to take this accusatory, ungrateful stance as I'm just some inconvenience. Mm. I'm your inconvenience, yet all I've done is literally for you. To where I made excuses for you, even when you never asked me to, because I mean, heaven forbid you ever be held accountable for anything that you do. And it was this thing of needing to process, like, that's done. That's done. Whatever that was, that's done. They walked away. Not only is that door closed, it's deadbolted. And it's not because my feelings were hurt, it's because I finally have this moment of clarity of who you are for me. Just took me quite a few years to get to that point where I could be honest with myself. And again, the greatest thing they've ever done for me is to walk away, because all that space that they occupied was now free for the right people to come in. And let me tell you, it's been beautiful. It has been beautiful. And as I've allowed myself to kind of be more aware of how this was, I don't know, I even want to call it like a massive stroke of luck or something, where it's like, whoo, you absolutely freed me. Like, thank God, you know? And now I'm kind of just like, productivity is amazing. My drive is amazing. My ability to bring to fruition the things that I'm trying to do, amazing. And I look back now and I realize, wow, I seriously put myself in deficit all these years without you having even asked me to. I did that because I felt like that was how you are a good friend. That's how you show your love. And I'm seeing, for some, yeah, that's how you show your love because they earn that. They deserve that. For others, we do that because we're still insecure, and they feed off your insecurity, your instability. And when people like that are removed from your life, go ahead and cry for a little bit, but don't forget to celebrate as well. The disease was just removed. That's a harsh thing to say, but there's no lie in it. There's no distortion in that. See, when we have diseased parts that need to be extracted from our bodies, that extraction is necessary, right? That surgical procedure is a necessity. But here's the thing, it still requires um, a period of healing, a period of allowing yourself to experience some rest, some support. Oftentimes, healing from a surgical procedure is painful. There's a lot of discomfort. But if it's necessary, then it's necessary. And we kind of just have to be okay with that, right? So when you go through that surgical procedure and you have the people who care about you, who genuinely love you, and they're offering to help you in your process of healing, you let them, okay? You let them, you allow them to kind of just stay and care for you and provide you a sense of love and safety and all of these amazing, amazing things. You don't tell them, like, oh, no, you don't need to bother. Like, no, you can't cook for yourself. You can barely stand up by yourself. Allow them to be present as you heal. And that's what I'm learning. And as I learn that, life has just really become more and more and more beautiful. You know, my friends list has gotten smaller. My circle of trust has become tighter, but in that shrinking of it, it's become much more condensed, much more fortified. Like the few people that are left in my life that I consider a friend on a personal level, very solid people, very, very solid people. People who have never tried to benefit off of me, people who are just, they care. They see the person that I am. They see that when I give, it's not to flaunt that I have more than you. It's not, to make you feel obligated to purchase your soul or anything like that. I give just because I give. And I never bring it up. I don't later like, oh, well, I got you this, this, and this, those months, and I've spent this much on you. Like, that's just, yeah. 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 As a matter of fact, I was just given a reminder for a certain person. I had given them something, and I don't know, maybe I needed, because I quantify things in numbers, right? Um, that's how my soul talks to me, is in numbers. And I saw an ad on social media, and the video starts playing, and I'm like, oh, I had that. Oh, I gave it to so and so. Um, and that started playing as I was kind of thinking to myself, like, do I think I'm a much better friend than I actually am? Am I distorted in my perception of how much I contribute to the people that I cherish? Like, do I enrich your life in some way if I cherish you? Do I do that? Or am I just taking up space in your life and I think, oh, you're just so blessed to have me in your life or something like that, right? Like, am I distorted in that perception? And that ad, as I was thinking that, it wasn't necessarily about a person, but it was just this general thought. And that ad popped up and it's like, oh, I used to have that. And then I saw the price and I was like, oh, I gave that away. I gave that away. I just gave it away. And it was like this huge reminder, like the only distortion that exists within me is this distortion of this belief that I don't give enough. No, I give enough. I give enough. I give enough of my time, my words, my support. I give enough of me. I give enough. I need to give myself the credit that I need. And as I'm going through this process and realizing more about just really loving myself a little bit more deeply, I mean, I woke up this morning with the most beautiful feeling, and I'm really not the type of person that keeps tabs on what I give people. It's kind of just like, oh, here, you can have this. Oh, there, you can have that. You know what I mean? But in that moment, I guess I needed that tangible reminder, that tangible proof of how generous of a soul I actually am. Because to me, that's just kind of like, it's common sense. I mean, it's no big deal. Literally. Like, it's no big deal. It's just common sense. And I think a lot of what our abundance is snagged on is our perception that we're no big deal, that the amazing things that we do for ourselves and for others, is no big deal. I'm sorry. It's a very big deal. You are a big deal. Success. You will get through this period. You will be successful in whatever it is that you work towards, but it has to be intentional. It has to be something where you allow yourself to really receive, to really harvest that abundance. Whatever it is you work so hard for, allow yourself to receive whatever the results are. You just For many of us, we've paid such a steep price to achieve certain things, certain levels of self awareness, certain levels of growth, certain levels of whatever it is within our careers, within our lives. And we never actually take stock of how much we've put into this, how much work, how much effort, how much intention, how much everything, right? How much of you. For some of us, the things that we've done is pay this price of the loss of people in our lives. For some of us, we've had to walk away from places of comfort in order to come a little bit closer to the space you really need to live in, be in. That's a very high price to pay. You've put a lot of effort into it. For quite a few of us, we've had to move multiple times. It takes a lot of effort, not just money, but a lot of effort to move. Maybe we need to allow ourselves to move into this space within our thoughts, within our life, that is much more in alignment with what we're being prepared for very, very soon. It has a really good feeling, this totality. Your heart space bridges the gap between your crown and your throat. That's it. The crown and the throat, you have to filter it first through your heart. You have to allow yourself to be aware of what your intention is. There are very beautiful things trying to make their way back to you. Uh, flowering in reverse. So I think for some of us, me saying that is causing you to kind of like, uh-oh, what's there to uh-oh? What's there to uh-oh? Are we again entering into this space of fear of what life is bringing us? We need to let that fear go. Okay. Be aware it exists, acknowledge it, and hold on to your courage rather than your fear. See, it was never meant to be a goal to exist with no fear. The goal is to experience that fear so that you can be aware of what you need to pay attention to and to find the courage to address it, to get her done. You got to get her done. You got to get her done. You got to. You got to get this part of your learning cycles done. I think for many of us, we are in fact realizing, hey, there are things that are going on that we need to address. And what are those things? Things that are blocking us from moving forward. Sometimes it's your fear, sometimes it's other people's fear of what you can accomplish in their absence. And if that's the case, that's someone that shouldn't be a part of your life. There was this person, um, they would often came to this realization, right? They would often be like, I mean, you work too hard. You should take the day off. You should like really just take the day off and just relax and spend time with your family. And it was this sense of like, you weren't wanting me to take time off. You were wanting me to take time off so you don't have to do anything either. Because if I'm still doing things, and although I'm not asking you to do things, then you feel obligated to do things as well, and you didn't want to. You didn't want me to do more work because then that's more work for you. There are people who will exist in your life who will sound like their intention is pure, they will sound like they care, but in reality, some of the lovely things that they say really has more to do with how it affects them rather than how it affects you. Okay? If you don't feel like you have to stop, then maybe you should keep going. Then maybe you should assess like, why do I need to stop? Do I feel tired? Am I ignoring my actual needs? And if you're not, then why do you need to stop? I remember this other person was like, "Oh my God, Emmy, you never sleep." Says who? And I'll joke around like, "Sleep, what's that? I'll sleep when I'm dead." I'll totally joke around. I'll play along with it. I sleep. What are you talking about? And it's like they had said, "I see you posting at 3 a.m. on social media. I see you posting again at 5 a.m. and then again at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. and blah 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 blah." And I'm like, there's such a thing as scheduled posts. You know that, right? Ooh, you want to say that I don't sleep enough, but um, if you're awake when I'm posting, eh, I think I'm the last of your concerns. I don't think you need to be concerned about me. Like, why are you awake? Are you projecting onto me your desire for more sleep? And it's like, did I wake you up by posting? Am I even awake as it's posted? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, why are you awake? Because I'm sleeping. Those times you're accusing me of not sleeping, I'm actually asleep. I'm just saying, oh, control. So, this reading is really about seeing the ways in which other people try and control you in your life and how that creates the very blockages that prevent you from doing all the things that you need to do, right? Guilt, control and guilt. Woo. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Oops. I don't know if that's a Piscean thing. I've become a really good sleeper, actually. I used to not sleep for like 2, 3 days at a time, sleep for 30 minutes, and I'm still good to go. I'm still good to go. And no, I don't hypersensitive to caffeine, so I wasn't drinking coffee, and no, I was not taking substances of any kind. I was just yeah, my brain was always going, and it only took maybe 30 minutes to recharge me for another few days. Yeah, and I'm not just laying around doing nothing as I'm awake like that. I have to be productive. I have to read and learn or make things. I remember one time, gosh, I had a roommate. My husband and I had a roommate, and I knocked on his door at like 2 in the morning. "Hen, you wanna go to Walmart?" He goes, "Yeah," because he had insomnia. He goes, "What are we gonna do?" And I was like, "I need more fabric. I'm making a slip cover for the couch." He goes, "You're sewing things?" "Yeah." "Oh, that's cool." And we went to Walmart. We were there for maybe like 2 hours just messing around. And yeah, and then I stayed up for another 2 days making that slipcover for the couch. Some people, that's just how we function. I wasn't trying to keep myself up, nor was I gonna sit there frustrated with the fact that I couldn't sleep. I'm gonna be creative and active and do the things I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people like to sit around. Good for you. I don't. I don't like to sit around. I don't. And that's okay. That's okay. You can be who you are. But just know that there is someone who miser, the miser. They're all upside down because guess what? You are moving beyond where they can access you, beyond where they can control you. Okay? They don't like that. They're all upside down in that. Who cares? Don't pay attention to that unless you feel like there's a need um, for you to kind of make sure that they're not plotting something. I mean, but even then, it's kind of just like, be so solid in your life that it doesn't matter who plots and what they plot. Oh my God, my girlfriend, she's like one of the most strongest women I know. She's in the middle of a divorce, and it's hard. It's not good. And I was telling her yesterday, like, I'm worried. I'm worried about your safety. His energy feels like he's really crazy at this point. Like, crazy in that he's capable of actually seriously, grievously harming you. And she knows I don't really worry too much. When I worry, it's something that's really, really bad. I was so proud of her because her response was, I still believe that I'm very divinely protected and he can't do anything to me. Keep believing that. Keep knowing that, but also listen to your intuition. Allow your fear to guide you because she's not really afraid of things either. So she knows if she feels afraid suddenly, this is the day he's really going to hurt you. This is the day you should not come home. Right? But she believes, and I believe it too, that she is divinely protected and that she will get through this period. And he's just going through the last little bit of his tantrum because he's lost his control. And that's some of the things, like some of the things that we're talking about in this reading is this very real concept of anyone can go ahead and put their entire life into planning all sorts of different things, situations that will cause you to struggle so they can control you and continue to just make you miserable. And you can live up to that. You can totally, well, not live up to that, but you can go ahead and accept that for your life and live in a way where it's like now you have to consistently be worried and now you got to keep tabs, like what are they planning next and what are they this and what are they that. Or you can be like, I'm in the process of removing myself. You go do what you're gonna do. I'm busy living my life. And oh my God, it's like a beautiful process. It really, really is, where you allow yourself to be rebirthed, where you allow yourself to exit from the control and the grasp of the miser. Now, let them be who they are. You be who you are. Releasing allegiances. This came in reverse. So it's like, don't feel like you can't let things go. You can't let people go just because, oh, it's been so long. I've invested X amount of years and I want that to count for something. I don't want to have to start all over again. Yikes. Could you imagine having that thought at the 5-year mark? Only to be a hollow shell of the person you once were at the 30-year mark, and still you weren't enough for them. At least that's what they say, that you weren't enough. And now they're on to greener pastures. I mean, I would take the 5-year loss rather than the 30-year investment, right? We go into these relationships with this concept of we're investing in it. So, therefore, like a hedge fund, it should continue to grow and our investment will repay us in old age. That's not how relationships work. That's just not. You invest in that relationship so that you can grow in that relationship. And when you're done growing, you are the investment. It was never the other person. The other person was basically just a sounding board for you. You have to release those allegiances, bring it into form, walking towards something. But see, it's in reverse. So it's like if you don't release those allegiances, you can't ever possibly be able to walk towards the very thing that you need to walk towards, the thing that you're trying to bring to fruition. Amazing things are about to happen, but if you block that, nothing is more powerful over you in your life than you. There's nothing else. There is no one else. It's all about you and what you decide for yourself. And if you decide things that will support the arrival of that abundance in all its forms, whether it's a new relationship, a new friendship, it's amazing. It's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing time. But only if you allow it to be. And that's the thing. I heard what this reading was going to be about, and I wrote the title. I'm like, yes, nothing but positivity. And then I'm realizing, like, I've never been one to sugarcoat things. In order to have things that are amazing happen for you, you have to be aware of all the different components that might not be so glittery, that might not be so confectionery sweet. It's okay. It's okay to be aware of that. It doesn't lessen the sweetness. As a matter of fact, it amplifies it. So, one of the things that I learned when I was a confectioner, um, and I was self taught, sometimes when you introduce the opposing polarity of that flavor scale, um, it amplifies the flavor. If you know the ratios to use, it will amplify the flavor that you are attempting to showcase. Did you know that if you take bitter AF espresso, unused, ground espresso, and you put it in a batch of chocolate, the richness, the flavor profiles, and it doesn't taste like coffee. It doesn't at all. It tastes like the richest chocolate you have ever had. Did you know that when you add a pinch of salt, it amps up the sweetness? In my culture, like, a lot of people think, that's so weird. Why would you put salt on grapes? Why would you put salt on apples? Why would you put salt on a watermelon? Why would you put salt? Because it amps up the sweetness. That's why. That's why. And so when people bring their salt into your life, I take it as creation is amping up the sweetness in my life. Not that I need those people, but that those people's presence is to help give me this ability to juxtaposition the opposing polarities. Those opposing polarities are the very things that better define each other. They help you get a better idea of what each one does, how each one is. Card number 34, in the world, not of the world. Hmm. Uh, you're in this world, you're not of this world. You don't always have to um, conform to the rules of society. You just don't. You don't. I was speaking to an old friend, old friend. I think at this point in my life, this person might be a person who's known me the longest, right? And I was talking to him last night, and he was basically like, what did he say? They said we were crazy, and now, like, we're here changing things, changing the world, right? I'm not here to conform. And the less I conform, the more I'm able to be my most authentic self. And the more I am my most authentic self, the more amazing and beautiful life feels. the more amazing and beautiful life feels to me. It's amazing. Like, I have zero dissatisfaction with my life, and has nothing to do with money, has everything to do with just really, really settling into the person that I am. No longer feeling like I have to pretend I'm something else, that I'm someone else. And gosh, it's just a beautiful feeling where I show up every day as myself. Oof. I mean, why are you so happy today? Because I show up every day as myself. I don't need to wear the mask anymore. I don't need to wear this pretense, this need to cater to people's expectations of who they want me to be is gone. It's gone. I'm kind of just like, hey, take it or leave it. How can you say take it or leave it? Well, because those are your only options. This is not up for debate. I mean, we're not going to haggle over here. You either take it or you leave it. Well, I'm going to leave it. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Can you get out of the way? Can you scoot over? You're blocking the path, you know? And just really being able to exist in that space of other people's perceptions are not what defines me. It's just not anymore. It's not, and I'm really stepping into the space of however you perceive me is indicative of the way you approached. Let that sink in. However you perceive me is indicative of the way you approached me. I'm pretty nice to most people, very accommodating. I will always be an accommodating person as much as possible, right? Hey, if you be catching my attitude, if you're thinking that I'm a biznatch, you got what you were asking for. I'm responsive to my environment. The aspects of me that my environment requests to come out and play is what will come out and play. It's still my decision. It's still choices that I make. I'm not trying to say like it's your fault that I'm being biznatchious. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying you're the root causation of why I chose to be. You inspired me. It's okay for you to be real in your life. Card number 30, the perfection of your life. You don't have to be like, no, 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 there's no fire. No, I'm just smudging my life. That's the smoke you see. When in reality, your life is on fire. We have to stop with that game that we play with ourselves, where we convince ourselves that we have to be this and have to be that, and we can only be these things, or people will be disappointed, and people this and people that. Here's the thing. They're still just people. Ooh, that's good, rainbow flames. However you perceive me is indicative of the way you approached. I love that. Did I just say that? I just said that. Oh, shit. This is me. This is who I am. I was going to say, girl, who are you quoting? I like that. Oh, shit. That was me. Michael goes, you said that. What? I did. But it's the truth, though. It's the truth. However you perceive me is indicative of the way you approached. I didn't realize I said that. Years ago, one of my girlfriends, Firefly, right? She's this profound poet. Like, she's just profound, profound woman. And we're texting back and forth, and she said something. I was like, oh my God, that's profound. I was like, oh my God, we're immutable truths. Oh my God. And she put it in quotes. I was like, who is that? Because, if I hear a quote that I like to know who it was that said it, because I'll look for more of their work, because I want to see like the depth of their profound thoughts. And she goes, "Are you serious?" Yeah. Like, why would you ask me if I'm serious? She goes, "You just told me that." Oh, okay. So this is who I am. Card number 37, focus on the light. Focus on the goodness. Focus. Focus on the light. I think here's the thing. We have sunflowers in our lives, right? People who exist as sunflowers. And the thing is, sunflowers, they turn and face the sun as the sun travels through the sky. And on days where the sun is not visible because of clouds or whatever, they turn and face each other. They get light from each other. And, you have sunflowers in your life, people who serve as the sunflowers. And when you recognize who the sunflowers are, focus on them and what they say, the ways in which they uplift you. Sunflowers don't lie, they just exist. These are the people who don't lie to you. These are the people who don't say things just to be like sweet to you. And, this one person, this person keeps coming up in my mind today. They're probably thinking of me. Oh, well, your loss. Yeah, your loss. You probably keep coming up in my mind since yesterday because you're thinking about me so hard. That's your loss. You wagered on your ego instead of a real friend. That's your fucking loss. It's your loss, not mine. Because you'll be hard pressed to ever again find someone like me who's willing to be your friend to the degree that I was. Was. Never again. Was. So there are people who will exist in your life who will just say everything that they think you want to hear. And there are other people who exist in your life who will just be like, no. Those are the real ones. Okay. Those are the real ones. I remember I was telling one of my BFFs, I am suddenly remembering one of my past lives, and it's a name in history, and it's not a good story. It's not a good story. It's not a Romeo and Juliet type story. It's a conquering type of story. And I was starting to freak out. I'm going to be honest. I was starting to freak out. And my BFF was like, "Oh, makes sense. I was probably in that life too." And it's like, you're you're now weirded out. No. And it's an amazing thing to have people like that in your life. Like, I don't get to talk to my BFFs very often. I'm just like chicken with no head throughout the day, trying to get everything done. And in the times that I am able to, it's just I cherish them so much. I cherish them so much because they can have that type of honesty with me. They can tell me the things that I need to hear, not what they think I want to hear, and then be silently condemning me as though I don't notice, right? It's amazing. Card number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. Go beyond the limitations of what you think you deserve and allow your heart to be the very rhythm that brings these things that are rightfully yours back home to you. Spirals of manifestation, allow these things to come back to you. Al- allow these things to come back to you. Now, it's up to you if you want to allow these people to come back to you. You don't have to allow people. You can if you want, if it feels like that's what you should do. You absolutely can. But use discernment, okay? Yep, inner trust. You have to trust yourself to be able to know the difference between who should be allowed back into your life and who should just need to collect the rest of their rocks and keep fucking walking. Card number 38, restore and replenish, allowing yourself to have this moment of stillness where you can really feel all the places where you were wounded. These are wounds. They're not mortal injuries. They're little cuts. Okay. Some people's words can be very cutting. I know I can be one of those people, right? It won't kill you. It was never designed to. It can make you aware of that part of you, just like we typically are not very aware of our hands. You know, we're so accustomed to our hands being able to do what we instructed to do. And so we can do things without even looking. We just know, even though we can't see our hands, we just know and we kind of take it for granted. And then you get a paper cut, and suddenly you're very aware. You're very aware of that fingertip. You're very, very aware. So sometimes, although it's not a nice thing to be a cutting person, but sometimes these things that people do that wound you on a surface level, it brings your attention to that part of you, the part of you that's been left susceptible to the whims of people who are less honorable. Rainbow flame. She says their rocks aren't here. I left them before I moved across the country. Oh, shit I would do. Shit I would do. Oh my God. Card number 1, after the storm. After the storm. Allowing yourself to assess and recognize that the storm is done. This is now going to be a period where you can choose to have it be the most beautiful cycle of your life. You can choose that. Again, next few weeks, this the window starting to close down every day. It closes a little bit more. The next few weeks, we can go ahead and program the next 4 to 5 years. Really take the time to, maybe this is a good time for some of you to create a vision board, right? If you're a very visual learner, if you're a visual manifester, maybe you should create a vision board. Um, a vision board of the life you want, not necessarily the material things, but the life that you want, the types of experiences. Say, um, for my vision board, I would probably put images of people who are looking at the beautiful views in Nepal, you know, because I feel like I have to go to Nepal at some point. Or visuals of people in, I don't know, some glacier lake or something, you know? Is there a place called Glacier Lake? Hold on. Why would I say that? Hold on. I have to check this. Uh, Glacier Lake. Oh, there is a Glacier Lake. Where's this? Banff. That was the name of my fish. Banff. He was a big flower horn with a huge forehead. Love it. Glacier Lake is in Canada. Wait. Oh, it's in between Canada and Montana. So I won't be going to Glacier Lake. I won't be going after all. Okay, come to life. Card number 43. Come to life. Allow yourself to really, really come to life. Feel yourself, feel your essence, feel you, because you want us in Antarctica. Who knows? Maybe. Hi, Oracle. Card number 24, new birth guarded vigilantly. You're in the process of rebirthing yourself. And if you allow, good things can happen. Okay, a time for healing. Ooh, balsamic. I saw this video of this girl. She took balsamic vinegar. Sorry. She took balsamic vinegar and she added some lemon juice. And then she also added some sparkling water as a natural alternative to Coke. I was just like, I wonder how that tastes. So it's a time for healing. It's time for you to heal yourself. It's time for you to allow yourself to experience the goodness in your life, to let go of the wounds, stop tearing them open. Okay. It's just a good time for you right now. Oh, you are good enough. I love this. Prosperity lies ahead. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Ooh, you want to go to Japan? I want to go to Japan too. When were you thinking of going? Maybe we could go together. Just invited myself. When were we going to go? When did you think you wanted to go so that I can begin? So like I'm booked out, like I think 2-3 months. After that, I can't go for at least 2-3 months. But after that, okay, let's plan something. Show the world the real you. That's what I'm talking about. Show the world the real you. Empty that vessel. Empty it out. Dump it out. That was stagnant water. Dump it out. Dump it out. Look at the bigger picture. Okay. Whatever you struggled through in the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, past couple of years, that's not the bigger picture. It's not the bigger picture. Ooh, Oracle's going to Africa and the pyramids. I can't go to Africa. It just hurts my heart. I have so many lifetimes in Africa and it just makes me so sad. It makes me so sad. But it's more like South Africa, South to Middle Africa. It just makes me so sad. Um, so looking at the bigger picture, allowing yourself to be the arrow. I know I've said this before. Sometimes when life seems to be backsliding, when you seem to be going backwards rather than forwards, like something is just pulling you back, you need to recognize you are an arrow. The more that arrow is pulled backwards, the more tension, the more difficulty, right? That's stored energy. All you have to do is let go in order for that forward momentum to take place. And not only will you launch forward, you will launch forward in an amplified manner. You are an arrow. Okay. Your hard work is paying off. Oh, Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. Allow yourself to receive what you work so hard for. A new start is coming. There's a newness. And whatever this newness is, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see how this unfolds. Ooh. Metamorphosis. See what I'm saying? Mm-mm-mm. this is gorgeous. You guys, repairs are happening. Repairs and healing is happening right now. It's been nothing but amazingness in the cards. Okay. So let me just. So going through that metamorphosis, right? Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. The surrender is when you let the arrow go. So you have to allow. You have to stop fighting. You have to stop holding on to things that need to be let go of. Card number 38, repair. Making amends rather than fun times reveals a relationship's true constitution. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11, 11. Right? Metamorphosis and repair. If all you've done is hold on to the pain, you have to go through a metamorphosis in order to no longer hold on to that pain. And in order to no longer hold on to that pain, you have to allow yourself to change. Okay. Card number 28, moving forward. So many of us, so many of us. Oh my gosh, Oracle, what's happening? I have to see it for myself. I'm being sent to take care of my aging mom. Her younger brother is, oh my gosh, is on life support. It looks like I will be able to rent my place out before getting on the plane tonight. I hope everything is okay. I hope everything is okay. I hope that your flight is a smooth one, and that it is this experience. Um, um, gosh. The first steps is taken within our stillness, being able to still your thoughts, your mind, your fears, all of that. That's the very first step. It's the very, very first step. So we have to go through this period of radical self-love, right? We can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. Now, that whole concept of we can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves, that doesn't mean you don't deserve love until you can do that. That means until you can do that, you probably won't be willing to receive that. Huge difference. Huge difference. So allow the people who are willing to love you to come and love you. Card number 44, lantern. Consciousness is light. I think you are that light in the darkness for someone. Oh, hold on. Michael's reminding me of some poetry. Where would I find it? Is it already something written or is it in my notes? What? The what? Okay. Okay. This one? Which one? Oh, I wrote this one. She'll be the stars on a moonless night, sparkling as she loves him in all his darkness. I'm sorry. She'll be the stars on a moonless night, sparkling as she loves him in all his darkness. Oh my. um, I'm just saying. Okay. I would stare at the stars while he gazed his eyes upon me, seeing the stars and his future in my eyes. Okay. I don't want to read it. Michaela, go away. When we don't remember who we are, humans do very unpleasant things. Yeah. It's true. When you don't remember who you are, there will be other humans who think that they can do unpleasant things to you. And really, the best way to rectify that is to know who you are. Jesus Christ, thank God that you guys don't see beyond a certain. I'm not going to talk about it on the live stream. That would have been so bad. I've never been more thankful that they're saggy. Oh my God. Card number 22, women supporting women. Together, we can transcend our individual limitations. And it's not just women supporting women. We need to support each other regardless of your orientation, your self identification. I don't even care about your pronouns or whatever the hell people are all riled up at about these days. Like, we all need to support each other. Okay. When we are able to do that and amplify it, 22 and 44. See that? We become the lantern in the darkness. That's what we become. So allow yourself to be what you are. Allow all of this goodness to come in. Allow yourself to receive, receive, receive. All right? Just allow, allow, allow. I'll pull one final card. Oh, I still have cards. Oh shit. Okay, so what had happened was this. When I put my cards in my lap, I was like, what is that sensation? I felt something weird. It was apparently the cards. They were in my lap and they were standing up and it was touching my left nipple. And I was like, what is that? And I didn't realize like my whole boob was out. I don't know how that happened, but I don't think I pulled my shirt all the way down. Oh my God. It was completely out. That rattled me. That rattled me. I hope no one saw anything. Oh, oh my God. That's too much. That's too much truth. I mean, I'll be your mom, but not in that way. I'm just saying. Card number 25. Hey, Blake. Daddy, do you want to see what happened? Yeah. It was like this. That's, I'm telling you, like, I'm not a very friendly person, but my boobs are just so ridiculously friendly. They be trying to wave at random ass people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Bitches. I'm sorry. I didn't call you bitches. I was just joking. I'm just saying. I gotta finish this. Last 3 cards. It's gonna be fine. Okay, my nipples are covered. It's okay. You know, it's okay. Card number 25, emotional energy. Emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. Ooh. Ooh. Mm, 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 mm. Your emotions are the very things that talk to you and guide you. They serve as the fuel for your rise. And when you allow yourself to recognize what the emotions do for you, they make you aware of the opposing polarity of that ascension, right? By causing you to feel very, very low, you then become aware of how high you've got. I'm just saying, girls going back to the gym. You need to quit laughing. Because of the fact that you keep fucking laughing through this reading, you almost expose your whole damn nipple. Stop messing around. There's only 2 cards left. Okay. Card number 23. Broken dreams. Only you can accept or reject your dreams. Oh, yo. I'm saying only you can accept or reject your dreams. This is a powerful message because really, if you're the one that keeps pushing everything away because you feel like you don't deserve it, you feel this, you feel that, you're powerful enough to push your abundance away. You are powerful enough to do that. And if that's what you're going to do, that's what's going to happen. Card number 36, confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Notice how the lantern appears to be like at her solar plexus. Mm-hmm. Shining a light on your personal power. That's what this card is telling me, that we have to shine a light on our personal power so that we can recognize it, not to showcase it for other people so we can prove to them anything. My logic is this, bitch, if you're not already impressed, if you're not already impressed, I don't know what's going to impress you. You're just not even worth the effort. I done flashed you guys without you even knowing that I flashed you. How impressive is that? How impressive is it to know that I was able to do that? If you're not already impressed by just that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Um, what card was I going to pull? Pull some key cards. Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you? I really wanna know you, girl. Oh, 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 oh. There you are again with the same smile on each day. I wanna know what it is to make you feel this way. Get my thoughts together, but I'm kind of scared. 'Cause you're the kind of lady. Okay, let's pull a card. This is exactly how I was doing the reading for you guys. Shit. I'm channeling my inner Kiki. This is exactly how I was doing the reading. Oh, girl. Yeah, this is the shit that you do. The shit that you do. Card number 25. Card number 25. You're the kind of lady with so much class. Mm-hmm. All right. Sacred River Yangtze. The sacred river eternally flows and changes. Just as the river flows and changes course, you too are evolving in your divine path. Veils and sheaths that once covered your soul light are being washed away. Cleansing by sacred water specifically indicates that your emotional life and your life direction are being purified and healed. Changes in the flow of energy within you and in the momentum of your life path unfolding are imminent. Y'all, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I I'm just saying. The type of changes that are coming are just fabulous. Makes this is exciting. You're growing and changing, and soon your life circumstances will reflect your inner evolution. This sacred river in which beloved Kuan Yin delights is always subtly changing course, flowing and growing. You, like the sacred river, are changing too, beloved. Your life direction is going through subtle realignments or even in the midst of a far more obvious change. You're encouraged to trust in the natural unfoldment of this process and to allow it to work its way through you and your life. The sacred river is an extension of the intelligent guidance of the Divine Mother, her hand reaching through your soul and guiding you towards your highest destiny. She helps the higher self release any impurities which it no longer needs to contain. In doing so, there can be a period of spiritual release and even physical detoxification. The detox may occur through emotions that surface inexplicable pains or aches in the body, a feeling of tiredness for no particular reason, and a need to rest, or the urge to meditate more, do healing, go for swims in the ocean, attend a yoga class, or even change the way you're eating and sleeping. There are natural intuitive impulses that confirm your soul is going through a cleansing process as it brings more of its purity into expression on the physical plane. Kuan Yin speaks as the soul of the sacred river now and guides you to be kind to yourself during these changes and to honor your inner guidance as your own inner light grows stronger now. Trust the flowing changes of the sacred river through your life. You may observe that people are even more attracted to your light during such time and in the period following the shift in your light quotient. You are holding more light in your being, and without the old veils covering your inner light, your soul is able to shine through matter stronger than ever before. Some people will be attracted to these changes in you, and your relationships will grow and improve. You're just going to become a hot commodity, aren't you? Keep firm boundaries that are loving and don't worry about any extra attention you will receive. There might be some that are fearful of the changes. Your light is not just growing brighter, it's growing stronger too, and you will be ready to handle any situation that comes to you with joy, grace, and effectiveness. Be kind and patient. Stay true to yourself and trust that spiritual growth serves all. Ooh, that's some good stuff. That spiritual growth, that growth. Just take out the word spiritual and just add growth. Focus on the growth. However, you want to label it is irrelevant. Just focus on growing and being more of who you are with less shame, less hesitation, less edits, less censorship. Be you, baby boo. There are people waiting for you to step on that stage. They came into this life to see you, to witness you. They're waiting. They're waiting for you to arrive in their life in whatever form you're meant to arrive, whether it's in real life, whether it's on TV, whether it's on a podcast, on social media, whatever it is. Make yourself available to be witnessed. Let's do this. Since Blake is here and he said it's a Freaky Friday. Okay, thank you, Blake, for the inspiration. That's my twin flame boo right there. What we're going to do, I will do a really quick energy work session for us right now. And this is to remove more of the veils of confusion. And we're going to go ahead and kind of just amplify some of our light. Okay. Let me just set this up real quick. I'm going to play you guys some sexy music. Oh my God. I need to stop. I need to stop. Okay. So breathe very deep and very slow. Let me just get some musica up on here. Mm-hmm. Here goes. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Continue to breathe very deep and very slow. Allow yourself to feel the movement of energy through your body. Allow yourself to feel the communications between self and soul. For those of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel very tingly. Allow this energy to dissolve your confusion. Allow it to dissolve your refusal to receive. For those of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel a tingling and a pulsating in your solar plexus region, right by your stomach. Feel that pulsating begin to intensify. Feel it expanding. Feel the warmth of your glow. Feel it rise to the surface of your skin, spread through your entire body. Allow yourself to sit naked in your truth, with zero shame. Take one more deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Feel the changes in your body. Feel the changes in the way you feel about yourself and your life. Feel it pulsating through all of you, inside and out. Put your right hand over your heart space. Feel yourself breathing. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale slowly, I want you to say, I'll allow myself to receive today. I will allow myself to receive today. I'll allow myself to receive today. What's rightfully mine will come home to me, and I won't get in the way. Feel the pressure building in your chest. This very mild, very gentle pressure of you calling what is rightfully yours back home to you. Let that abundance in. Let your opportunities present themselves. Take one more deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Come back to center. Rejoin me in this space that we share. Open your eyes. How do you guys feel? Yay. You guys have to allow, just allow. Let all the goodness come back to you. Let all of your potentialities find their way home. Just allow it. I'm just reminded right now. If you would like to get the I Will Mofo revocation kit, visit my website, meevolving.com/shop. I Will Mofo revocation ceremony. Okay. This is to remove a lot of that succubus and incubus energy. The chime candles that I'll be sending along with a smudge blend and the Emmy elixir, it's calibrated specifically for succubus and incubus. These types of parasitic beings, they're hell bent on feeding on your energy, okay? Draining you of your creative energy, your creation energy. And you'll need to allow yourself to let go of that type of sabotage before anything will work. And when you are ready, this at-home revocation kit, you'll be doing it for yourself, okay? This can really help you. I can't guarantee anything because it really depends on how willing are you to let it go. But this can help you quite a bit because all the flora that I remember and that I put in this blend, it's specifically for this thing. If you guys don't know, I've lived quite a few lives, quite a few. High priestesses, mages, sorcerers, all sorts of different things. I remember quite a bit of that information. I know exactly how to negate it. But the thing is, it's hard because of your attachment to it. So do the work, allow yourself to receive the support, replace that sabotage energy, that draining, depressing energy with something uplifting, something that is worthy of you, something that will help you to remember every day how deserving you are of the life you have and how deserving you are of more of that life provided for you. Okay. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.